are SS persons negatively impacted by the food and fruits they eat? When you take this question, please add on to it other measures parents can do at home to protect their children with sickle cell disease. You've talked about malaria prevention, which is sleep in a mosquito net or spray your room. Don't be outside when it's in the night. Yes, but let's talk about food and fruits. And then you already talked about hydration, to drink a lot of water. We talk about food and talk about other measures that parents can.
Okay, so about taking the question about nutrition, it's important that these children have a balanced diet because these children, because of their constant changes, the blood cells are actively doing something, they are busy doing something. So there is an increased caloric need, okay? So they need to eat well, if not large 3 or 4 large meals, they need to have small frequent meals, and they have an increased caloric need. So they need to eat a lot of whole grains, rice, wheat, maize, and so on. So there should be a balanced diet involving all the we say 5 important food groups. So the whole grains like rice, wheat, and maize, and also fruits like commonly available in our part of the world. Watermelon, oranges, very rich in vitamin C, that will help the red cells not break down. And cocoa and watermelon, they are very helpful. So rice, grains, fruits, and then vegetables, especially green leafy vegetables, which are very high source of folates that are even given as supplementation. And the other group is milk and egg-related products, and also the meat and beans. They all will help the body to repair and help the child grow. So there are no particular food that is harmful or beneficial, especially when it's a balanced diet that comprises all these 5 food groups, and they are balanced in every meal of the day. That's a good nutrition. Of course, we don't want children to have an increased iron containing food or extra iron supplements, because in these children, iron can be really detrimental. Rather than helping these children, iron can actually make the situation worse by breaking down a lot of blood cells. So I would give
a warning. We don't want to give them black tonic. So we don't want to give them black tonic. The dark black tonic, iron. The one that contains iron. Yeah.
No, iron is actually very dangerous for these children, because that might help, that might make the blood cells break down. And we don't want any very high iron containing food given in an excessive manner. So routine iron source is fine. And of course, because they are also at risk of infections, give healthy, hygienic food, preferably prepared at home, so that you don't put this child under risk of external infections. And then coming to the next question about what to do, routine care. It's the usual thing. I mean, hydration, keeping the child well hydrated, making sure the child, whenever sickle cell disease is not a death sentence, it's not a chronic disease, it's a chronic disease. It's not a punishment for the children. So they should play. They should actually move around. Just make sure that they are well hydrated whenever they are doing.
I always tell the parents in my parenting club to let the children play. Of late, they don't let our children play. They are always learning. They are learning like all their waking hours. I always say that they should play. So you said they should drink a lot of water. They should play, because that's how
they should play. They actually should play. Just that whenever they are doing strenuous exercises, they should have extra bottles of water or some hydration, so that whatever they are losing during this strenuous exercises, they make up. And also extremes of temperature, swimming in cold water, swimming in cold pools, it can actually trigger a crisis. And also getting exposed to very high temperatures will make the children lose a lot of body water, can also tip them into crisis. So
I know some parents whose children have sickle cell disease, and because of this, the children are always wearing long sleeves and trousers, and then they wear another cardigan on top. Rain, shine, whether the temperature is 30 degrees, these children are covered up and they are sweating. What doctor is saying is that the sweating will make them lose the water in their body. And we say that they need water. So you should avoid extremes of temperature. It should not be too cold for them. That will make them sickle. It should not be too hot, because that is also not good for them. So we should find a balance, right? They should not always wear pullover.
That's right.
Yeah, even when the sun is scorching everybody, they are sweating and then they are in pullover.
That's right. And also watch out for symptoms of pain. pain would not be obvious in certain situation. Okay, so people might, I mean, children, you see that previously very playful child is now shying away from going outside. So those subtle signs or soft signs should be picked up, and immediately a health professional should be consulted to find out what exactly it is. And also
How
at
about
home,
yellow eyes and dark urine? What should a parent do about it?
it's an emergency. It is an emergency. However trivial the dark urine, cola-like urine, however trivial it is, you need to discuss. You need to see a doctor immediately who will assess whether it's serious enough to warrant hospitalization or could be managed at home, even with fluids. So any dark urine, especially an acute onset, I mean, which has newly appeared, the dark urine that has appeared as a new symptom is a very important one that has to be discussed with the nearest health professional.